The Common Man and T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
That blows my mind.
Bone, does it blow your mind that people do things? You and I sit on our asses every single day and say, ee, wee, wee, on the radio. There are real people out there making a difference. Ee, wee, wee.
Featuring Panama Ted.
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall.
I love a good, thin meat.
And a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You're a little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore.
Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
Oh, Teddy's back today. Teddy had still has the flu, I guess. How you doing, Ted?
I'm doing fine, Mike.
No.
He's got the mask on.
He's got the mask on
Not
in
feeling
there.
good. Not
Take a
feeling
precaution. I'm feeling better,
that's good.
actually, but it's just, precaution.
Teddy, I appreciate you taking the precautions. It's good that you're doing that.
I'm going to give you a kiss later. I don't care about that.
You know what a good thing is, though?
What?
You know, because I had the flu, so they gave me the tiramisu. And I've been on that. I've been taking the tiramisu
They gave you a nice Italian dessert.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tamiflu?
Oh,
is that what it is?
Tamiflu. I'm sorry. Tiramisu, I thought.
I like it that masked up Teddy came in with a hot one in the chamber, ready to go.
That's right.
Nice
I
little
was
joke
thinking
right
about
in
that
there.
one when I was passed out on the floor yesterday.
Yeah, Ted, when you left, what was that? Monday night? Yeah. We were walking out together, and I thought, Ted seems like he's not feeling great. And it turns out he wasn't, and he's been very sick the last
Nobody's
couple
feeling
days.
great around here. Timmy's not feeling great. He's back today, though. Teddy's not feeling great. Mentally,
No.
I'm not feeling great.
I mean, as far as like all my other usual BS in my head, other than that, yeah, I don't have any sickness going right now. Just the usual
Kiss of death, you and me tomorrow.
cornucopia of malaise that
We'll be at
has
the
set in.
hospital together.
Oh, I can't wait.
Cornucopia of malaise.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of malaise, I don't know what the hell that means. We're done at 5:30 today because Buckeye basketball has an early tip against Penn State. So 5:30 is when we're done today. We'll try and cram in as much stupidity as we possibly can.
Okay. Listen, Buckeye basketball,
Yeah.
you have a mission tonight. Okay. It's important for a lot of reasons. All right. But to my knowledge, this is the first opportunity that an Ohio State program has had to go up against the home of now turncoat Jim Knowles. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the first chance we get to start to show everyone that we're mad about that. We don't like that. And we're going to take it out on Penn State in all sports. So tonight, not only do you have to win this because it's tough to win at Penn State, for some inexplicable reason, this Buckeye basketball team has occasionally had years where they just can't beat Penn State when they've been really good other times, but they just play Penn State and they're terrible. Do not have this happen out there. I don't care that their gym is weird. I don't care. Whatever your issues are, fix them and go out there and get a nice W. You need this. You deserve this. You're playing well.
5:30 tonight. Coverage right here on the Fan. Some news about Ravens kicker Justin Tucker today, where apparently him and Deshaun Watson have much more in common than previously thought. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
That didn't come from the back. Came from the front. He has been alleged that he enjoyed to take out his peppy at the massage parlor.
Yeah, apparently there's a Baltimore publication that is saying that they have 6 women who said that they didn't know each other prior to being contacted by the paper, but that he was going to massage therapists and apparently, did the towel slip off? Oh, that's too bad.
Look, can I tell you something? I don't know what happened here. He says it didn't happen. You know, they wrote that it did. Whatever. I don't know. If he's still making his kicks, first of all, we don't hear about any of this. Right? No, I don't think so. Not in Baltimore.
Maybe not. I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Could it be that he's coming off of his worst season ever? And then this story hits. So there's that aspect of it. But what I find to be most egregious, obviously, I'm saying this halfway in jest because if he really did these things and, he predator bad, all bad, right?
Right, bad
the
if he
fact
did
that
them.
He showed up to massage sessions wearing his Ravens jersey so that these people knew who he was.
I mean, I would hope. No.
What the hell?
Is that real?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't read that part of it. That's.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Anyway.
Actually, just based like that is a separate thing. That should be a crime. If you're a professional athlete and you go around in public just wearing your jersey for any reason other than a parade or a public appearance that you're getting paid to do by the team, why are you wearing your jersey out in public?
You and I have T-shirts with our faces on it. We have the NBA Jam T-shirts that were sold at Homage many moons ago. If you ever see me in public wearing my own face, arrest me.
Come up and punch me. Right. I mean, I have told Melissa, my wife, because she will wear, she's proud of the show. She loves me, obviously. She loves you. She's had more sex with you than me, but whatever.
Talk about the one time that she wore it.
Yeah, there was a time where, because she will wear them, and I say, honey, why are you wearing these shirts? They're comfortable. Yeah, but she's like, she'll wear them out to the store, and I'm like, if someone knows you're my wife, it's going to look like I'm telling her, like, put this on! Like, tell the people who you're married to! I actually would rather it be the other way, where she never wears it. But yeah, one night, she rolled over, and we got a little tap, and I said, oh, hey, how's it going? And then...
But then saw your own cartoon face.
We start to get into, things, and I noticed the shirt she was wearing, and I'm like, I gotta go. I mean, I live there. I'm married to her, but I was like, I gotta leave. And then I walked out. I can't do that. Looking back at me? No way.
Just look at me. Look at my cartoon face.
That's even, well, I mean, it's not the first time we would have done that.
Picture this.
Yeah, for some reason, your part of the shirt, there is a hole that has formed there.
Absolutely.
And that's just where it is.
So if you want to hear disgusting tales, if it's been a while, and you're like, man, I miss the salacious reports from the massage parlor. I wish we could go back in time and get more of that. Well, you have it today with Ravens kicker Justin Tucker. Enjoy that. Buckeye football staffer Joe Lieberger is under investigation. He's been placed on administrative leave back in December because of a university investigation, according to a letter from the school's HR department obtained yesterday by ESPN. Now, the Dispatch also had this. He apparently was a quality control coach. I didn't know who this guy was.
No.
Quality control coach, worked with the linebackers, received a letter from the school on December 27th informing him that he'd be placed on administrative leave effective immediately and would not be allowed at the Buckeye facilities.
The whole report doesn't really say anything about what he's alleged to have done. It just says that there's been a university investigation from the HR department. So who knows, right? I mean, there's no point in us speculating and saying could be. We have no clue.
Well, the investigation was initiated by the school's Office of Institutional Equity, which helps the campus community prevent and respond to all forms of protected class harassment, discrimination, and sexual misconduct. So
right.
I don't know what the hell that means.
That's all very broad, and those are all very different things, right? If there was a concern of, let's say, class harassment versus, say, sexual misconduct, those are two very different things, even if they're both equally bad. And again, we don't even know if he's guilty of any of this or whatever.
We don't, and his attorney is Sam Shemansky.
Okay.
And he's commented on this.
Sure.
He said, I'm not really sure about what he's being investigated for. The letter is a bunch of vagaries.
Okay.
Can you imagine being in a criminal justice system and not knowing exactly what you're accused of doing? Well, good news. This is not the criminal justice system. This is a workplace saying they're investigating you. Now, I understand the frustration. I get it. But I'm also quite sure he's still getting paid. If you've got evidence, show it. If you have videotapes, let's see them. Why are we waiting around? My client has been asking for this information for a month. So,
all right. Well, I mean, so it obviously, for us to speculate, wouldn't make any sense because his own lawyer is apparently saying he's not sure what the full accusations are, whether that's, who knows, right? This is obviously something we'll have to just keep an eye on.
I'm going to say he was at the massage parlor with Justin Tucker.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to say I have no clue about any of this, and I will wait for further information. Thanks for all that.
Call Laurinaitis. I mean, he works with the linebackers. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah, sure. Let's just call up the school and be like, hey, any of your employees care to comment on this, very delicate HR situation? No, probably not. I'm going to guess there's going to be a firm no comment from anybody involved there.
Firm. Fan poll, 971thefan.com. What happens with the Buckeyes at Penn State and Blue Jackets at Vegas tonight? Your choices. OSU wins, Jackets lose. Jackets win, OSU lose. Both win, both lose. I'm going to say Buckeyes get a road victory and the Jackets lose a tough one in Vegas. Vegas, very good.
Yeah. Also, Jackets have had some difficulties on the road. So I kind of tend to be with you that not that the Buckeyes have been exactly kings of the Big Ten road matchups by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd like to believe this Buckeye team has turned a little bit of a corner. They've played a little bit better of late. Penn State, they should be able to beat them. And then Jackets time, if they get a point out there, I'll be happy.
Where does Buckeye football rank in the world of five-star recruits? We're going to tell you coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane on eastbound 70 downtown before 4th Street. It will be stop and go from the 71 West Split. We also have an accident that's on Westerville Road north of Oakland Park Avenue that's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
I'm Rick Reichert. Reichert Ford just wrapped up one of our biggest sales years in our history. So we're celebrating with the January kickoff sales event. And we're dealing. Lease a new 2024 hybrid F-150 for just $599 a month for 36 months. Zero down. Or lease your 2024 Bronco Sport for just $399 a month for 36 months. Also, zero down. One of the largest Ford inventories in America. Over 1,000 new Fords on the ground and on the way. And it's all on sale. Plus, don't miss our zero down programs. Available now. No other dealer in Columbus, in Ohio, or the entire country is dealing like this, period. So let's make 2025 another great year. Start with Reichert Ford's January kickoff sales event at the largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichertFord.com. Based on 2024 Ford report for total new retail sales, Cincinnati region. Leases on approved credit. No security deposit required. Ends 2-3. Come in now.
Get the right car at Reichert. We're dealing.
Get ready to make the big game even bigger at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. With 2 massive jumbotrons, over 50 feet of screen, and more than 30 TVs, you won't miss a single play, touchdown, or highlight. Fuel your game with mouthwatering food and bucket specials. Plus, warm up with our pregame cornhole toss for your chance to win big before kickoff. Reserve your table now for the best seat in the house. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron.
Superheroes! I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
The Buckeye Show.
I heard Jake Diebler on Bruce Thornton. He's the best in the country, you know? There is no one I ever want to have running point.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Sometimes the best time to prune trees is when they're dormant or with no leaves on them. For ISA certified arborists, it helps them see what branches may need to be pruned or removed. Dormant season pruning can also help lessen problems associated with insects and diseases and help create structurally stronger trees that can better handle heavy wet snows or ice buildup. Contact an ISA certified arborist to get the best professional advice on keeping your trees healthy and safe. Go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
If you need health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Terrence and Jody when they got married, and Sophia when she had a baby, and Gary when he moved and needed new insurance. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloud cover will be increasing as we head into the afternoon. Today's high 48. Rain comes in this evening between about 6 and 8 p.m. It'll be raining pretty heavily on your Friday morning. It'll be warm tomorrow with a high of 58. Colder on Saturday, but the sunshine returns with a high of 41. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Uncomfortably talking about food.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
This is Man and Bone.
Let me tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What's that, man?
Hawk Harrelson, who used to be the television play-by-play voice of my bad Chicago White Sox, used to have a saying every time there was a line drive. He used to say, you could hang all the drawers in Cook County out on that one. If you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish my wiener was like that, I want you to go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. If you're dealing with ED, it's no laughing matter, as T-Bone was just doing right there.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the idea of someone being able to hang all of the underwear in a county on their Johnson, but go ahead.
Right. And if you would like to try it, you can't do it alone. You know, a lot of people that have ED, they try home remedies. They never work.
No.
You need a true medical professional, and they have it for you. It's me in a lab coat. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99, includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Promo code Hawk Harrelson.
By the way, I saw that Ryan Day, Ohio State head coach Ryan Day. I don't know if you're familiar.
What do you think about that, Hawk?
I was going for the Triple Crown up until I got the hemorrhoid.
I saw that Ryan Day was on Kelly Clarkson. Did you know about that?
No. I mean, he's making the rounds. I know that.
He's doing the tour, right? And so they had an episode yesterday where he was on there, and he apparently, talked with her about, the game. And then she goes, oh, do you have the trophy with you? And he goes, yeah, I got the trophy with me. So they bring it out. And she's like, wow, that's a big trophy. Anyway, how about that lady who hit you with hit the golf cart in the wall?
That's the story.
I know, and I don't blame her at all. They actually, I'll give them credit. The Kelly Clarkson people, they showed the video, and I noticed they blurred out the woman's face, which is probably good practice, right? Because this woman ran a golf cart into the wall with the head coach of the national championship team and the offensive MVP and the defensive MVP. Like everybody that's anybody on the team was on this golf cart. And then now she's probably like a week later going, all right, well, this will die down soon. It won't just keep coming up forever. And then she probably got a bunch of text messages yesterday going, hey, you're on Kelly Clarkson. And she's going, no, not again.
Hey, man, it's her claim to fame. Maybe she could be the new Hawk Tua girl.
I guess
she could start her own podcast.
Yeah, I
think the wall with Josie or whatever her name is.
Well, you know what? I guarantee you I shouldn't say I guarantee. I believe strongly that next year on College Game Day, when they're done showing Kirk Herbstreit's dogs, they will do a feature where Ryan Day and this woman meet up on the golf course, and she drives a golf cart, and they talk about the incident. Like, Tom Rinaldi will be there weeping. I think the whole thing is ready. Either them or Big Noon, whoever wants to do it. Someone's going to do that.
It's not Big Noon style.
You don't think so?
No.
Didn't they hire Rinaldi? I think he's over there.
I think you're right.
So now,
you're right.
I'm just saying, they have him. He likes to do weepy stuff.
I know, but I'd like to see Golf Cart Lady play Frisbee with Herbie.
Oh.
Before she could be the dog.
Is that
he throws the go get it, Golf Cart Lady? Let me hand feed you some water from your bowl. My son's going to take you out for a poo-poo.
I'm sure she knows how to do all those things. It's just,
I don't know.
Yeah, she probably does.
Okay. Sorry,
she probably didn't know how to drive a golf cart. That's all.
Good news. Fox has re-signed Colin Cowherd, my favorite.
God. Great.
Hey, man, the dude has figured out how to make millions of dollars and not be the least bit entertaining or right at all.
Never.
Look, we try to do one of those things.
But we're wrong all the time.
He does neither. But he's also moving. He's moving from L.A. to Chicago. And Fox is going to be building a studio for him in the Big Ten Network offices. So he could be hanging out with Big Ten Commissioner Petiti and maybe Dave Revson's there. The leprechaun.
Yeah, good old Dave Revson. I love it if he went off on Colin Cowherd. Let's see how that goes.
You know who else shows up there on occasion?
Tyvis Powell.
Could be. Maybe Tyvis takes over for the other man boob, Jason McIntyre.
Dude, is Jason McIntyre leaving L.A.? Because
he goes everywhere that
he follows him around. I guess you're right.
He wipes Colin's ass. He's got to go with him.
I'm surprised Colin Cowherd. I mean, all he talks about is how great the West Coast is. Why do you want to move back to the cold and dreary Midwest?
I think his wife is from Chicago.
Are you saying that for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she is.
I genuinely think now, if anybody moves and you weren't previously aware they were thinking of moving, just like in football, you have to presume someone in their life that they're like either dating or married to just lives in that area.
No, I think I read previously that he already owns property in the city. And they sort of go there back and forth because she's from there and parents are elderly or whatever.
Well, then do what you got to do. That's, to each their own where they want to live. I just remember like when Jim Knowles, before he was stabbing us in the back by going to Penn State, remember how everything was like, they're going to Oklahoma because, he was there and his fiance, his family there, and they're going. And it's like,
well, that's like Jim Harbaugh was going to Kansas. Because his wife went to Kansas or is from Kansas.
But it was even something where his wife was like, she's from Kansas, but like Topeka. Like
she watched The Wizard of Oz a lot. He's going to Kansas.
Big fan of the band Kansas.
That's right. Dust in the wind.
Yeah, just didn't. I don't understand why we do this all the time.
Recruiting. When's the next signing day? It's like
next week.
Next week. I don't know. I think
it's the first Wednesday of February. This is all right, you didn't do it during the early signing period. Now I guess you get your own moment to do your signing if you want to.
All right, so the question is, how is Ryan Day's 2025 class competing from a five-star standpoint with other classes across the country?
Pretty good, actually. So the 24/7 people do their final, they announced the final five-star field where they've said, okay, all the games have been played, all the recruiting pitches have been made, most of these guys have already committed anyway, so now we are going to tell you for sure who we believe to all be five stars. Whatever you think of this process, I find it fascinating. They had 32 players listed as five-star prospects, okay? Mm-hmm. The number one commit in this class is Bryce Underwood, Michigan quarterback, which I don't particularly care for that. However, 4 and 5 on their list, all of these guys I'm about to list are five stars, by the way. Quarterback Tavian St. Clair from Bellefontaine.
He was just named high school player of the country, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. That's right. So that's an Ohio State commit. And then at number 5, corner Devin Sanchez, also a five-star guy. Looking at this list, there's one more player who popped in here, the 31st guy on the list of the five stars out of 32. Wide receiver Quincy Porter. He is now a five-star guy too. So that means Ohio State got 3 5 stars in this class, which I think is pretty good work, right? I mean, you're obviously going to rely on the transfer portal. You're obviously going to rely on guys that you recruited that already are five stars living up to the billing, but it helps to be able to just recruit some five stars as well. Alabama has 3 5 stars. I believe Georgia has 4 and Texas has 4. So you're right there where you want to be, right? With Georgia, Texas, Alabama, and Ohio State, they all have between 3 and 4 5-stars. It's pretty good.
Isn't it some ridiculous stat that Texas had gone like 10 years without getting a 5-star guy? Some stupid stat like that.
I feel like you're right.
I mean, that came to an end a couple years ago.
Yeah, this was in the the previous iterations of that Texas program as they, that was in the whole is Texas back era before we finally found, all right, yes, they are. They're actually back.
You know who doesn't get 5-star guys?
Who's that?
The offensive line, Justin Fry. That's the knock on him. And look, this team just won the national championship. And a large part of that is because this offensive line, which has been sort of put together with tape, performed very well down the stretch. And a lot of that, I'm sure, has to do with Justin Fry and his coaching abilities. I don't doubt that for a second. The reality is, though, he has not been able to go out and get those 5-star guys. I did see that he is interviewing with the Chicago Bears for the same job. So there is a chance he could be out.
Well, don't blame him for at least, getting the offer. They're asking him to do it. The reality is with this team, I don't care if you don't get 5-star recruits on the offensive line, that to me, eventually, I don't think you can just sustain never getting 5-star guys, right? But,
no, not at this school.
But if you can go out and get guys who turn into 5-star level talents in the transfer portal, that certainly helps. Like what they did with Seth McLaughlin this year before he got hurt.
That's right.
That was a guy Bama had basically, the fans at least had said, this guy doesn't have it. Remember he had the issue with snapping the football? He comes here, and to Justin Fry's credit, he helped get Seth McLaughlin's mind in the right spot, gave him a second chance, believed in him, and he turned out to be one of the best players on the team until he got hurt. So if you can keep doing that year over year, getting 2 or 3 guys that come in that are able to immediately help you out, you got to build that depth I do believe you still have to get some good players, and I'm sure they are on the offensive line, but you can't miss out a ton year after year after year. And maybe that's part of where Justin Fry could improve things a bit.
I saw a story today about perhaps my favorite thing on earth, and it absolutely shocked me. And I'm going to shock you coming up in 2 minutes because I'm the shock master. Or I'll give you the shocker. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the west side between Mound Street and 315. And traffic is also stop-and-go on northbound 71 on the south side between Greenlawn Avenue and 315. This report is sponsored by Wendy's 2 faves for just $7. Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of these favorite items for just $7. Choose from their spicy or classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. 2 fave items for $7. Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Terms apply. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Let's get it started.
Lindsay Honda starts this year off by giving you cash for your clunker. Up to $2,500 or $3,500 minimum for any trade. It's Lindsay Honda's Cash for Clunkers. 2025 CRVs and Ridgelines, both $299 a month. That's $299 a month or clunker cash going on now.
The lot is full and the deals are on.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Get ready for the big game and stock up on home team favorites like buy 5, save $5 deals at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable, and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue or marinade sauce. Buy 5, save 5 this week at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No filler guests, no intelligence, and most of the time, no sports. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Hey, please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click, subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. A couple things. First of all, we're done at 5:30 today because there's an early Buckeye basketball game. Buckeyes at Penn State. Coverage starts 5:30. Catch it right here on the Fan. Second thing, and more importantly, just, of course, condolences go out to anyone affected by the terrible plane crash.
Oh, yeah.
Last night. I mean, that was just
awful news.
Horrible news. You know, I know that sports people are talking about it more because there were figure skaters, but regardless of that, I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, presumably you've seen it, but if not, the D.C. area, it was the Reagan Airport, right?
Yeah.
Where it's right there on the Potomac, and a military helicopter collided with a regional jet that had, I think, 64 passengers on it. 3 people were on the helicopter as well, so no survivors, 67 people. We obviously, condolences go and our hearts go out to all the people, families involved. I will say, I saw a video of a reporter, and I know reporters are under a lot of stress. They're tasked by their newsrooms to get information as quickly as possible, right? But someone went to the airport, and I don't know for what channel this was, but they went to the airport, and they're talking to people who were waiting at the airport for their loved ones.
Oh, no.
And it's like, you can't.
Oh, no.
You can't do that. Like, I don't understand how you can think that's a good idea. I know you're trying to get information. People are obviously very curious about the story.
You're not trying to get information because they don't have information. You're trying to get a reaction. You're trying to get the horrible reaction so that you can get more press.
Well, I'm saying the general line of thinking is information is good. We want to help our audience understand this. But yes, you're right.
That's not information.
If you have a video that goes viral, it is deemed to be a good thing. There should be nothing about that in coverage of stories like this. And I will say, the people we work with here at 10 TV, they do a great job of trying to balance all of that because it is a difficult job. But I can't defend anyone in the media who would ever think that is a good idea. And I'm sure most people in their own newsroom, whatever channel that was, probably thought that's a terrible thing that happened.
Dom Tiberi is known for harassing the loved ones from tragedies.
No. Come on.
Something else that I saw yesterday, which floored me. So, Ringo Starr, drummer for the Beatles, just in case you weren't aware of who Ringo Starr was. He's 84. Let him live.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that checks. Now it's 2025.
They've been a thing since, the early 60s, right? As far as on the national scene?
1963.
Right? Okay.
So, Ringo Starr, it was rumored this was the case, but he confirmed it last night on one of the late-night chat shows. He's 84 years old. He has never, ever had a pizza.
What?
Ever. He's never had a bite of pizza.
What?
Ever.
Why?
Well, he says because he's allergic to many things, although he didn't say what he was allergic to.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't buy that for a second. He's trying to excuse this away. There's no excuse for not having a bite of a pizza.
Well, all right. Let's say he has a gluten allergy. I'm going to guess back in the 60s, didn't know he had a gluten. Have we been working
That's what I mean.
I'm saying, maybe later in life you find out if that's what it was.
Oh, that's not agreeing with me. I better cut that out of my diet.
Right, but to say you've never had it, maybe he's forgotten. How could you go through life?
No.
Again, Western culture from the 50s onward, pizza's been a thing, right? Am I wrong? I'm guessing in England it maybe wasn't quite as popular as it is here, but at least
it's plenty popular over there, buddy.
Okay. So I'm just saying, I don't know how at some point it didn't pop into your timeline. Let me see one of these pizza things, what they're all about. I'll grab one from the old Domino's down the street.
The family neighborhood joint.
never ceases to make
Domino's. So anyway, I saw that. I had to share it with you. No pizza. You can't trust a guy like that.
No.
You can't trust him. I went to see my financial advisor recently, and he was wearing a thumb ring. And I said to myself, am I really going to trust this guy with all my money?
Sure.
He's wearing a thumb ring. If I also found out he didn't eat pizza, I'd yank all my money out.
See, this is why I like you, is because you will throw your entire judgment of someone on something so frivolous.
Yes, that's right. I will.
But the pizza one and the thumb ring one, I'm kind of with you on. The pizza one, I'm 100% with you on because, like, I have for a long time with Ringo Starr, and I know Jen Winters is going to come down here and scream at me. I can admit that Ringo Starr obviously was, like, impactful to music in ways that
she's down here.
Very few of us can ever imagine, right? She's
going to kill you.
But I think we can separate that by also saying that when I listen to him, I go, this is boring. Like, I know that he was an amazing talent. Every drummer you talk to will say, oh, the way he pulls back on this song, he could have done this, but instead he did this other thing that was more brilliant. And they're right. Like, he uses restraint. He is such a talented musician. I know he is. I also listen to it and go, like, I need you to do something more. And obviously, now later
He's not
in life,
speed metal.
No, but come on. Like, Buddy Rich isn't speed metal, but Buddy Rich was interesting on the drums. That's all I'm saying. It's different styles of drumming.
So you want to be more like Lars.
No.
You're a big Lars guy.
No.
Actually, T-Bone, I've never had a pizza either.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me, Lars, that you hadn't. Lars Ulrich. By the way, I'm going to try to catch Lars. I'm going to try to see him, not anything nefarious. I'm going to try to watch him when Metallica comes here for Sonic Temple. Friday and Sunday of Sonic Temple this year. I'm going to try to watch. I'm going to pay respect.
Big shot. You can get backstage there and talk to Lars.
I don't want to go backstage.
T-Bone. You're Radio's T-Bone.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go back and be like, hi, I'm Radio's T-Bone. I'd like to talk to one of the greatest bands to ever live. I'm sure they'll just be like, oh, yeah, come on back there, sports radio guy.
Name, T-Bone.
I cannot with him at all either. But again, I acknowledge that they're like Lars Ulrich, same thing. Talented drummer. Amazing what he did for music. He has done a lot of pioneering techniques and all that stuff. I can also listen to some of his music and go, not my thing.
All right.
Like, that's fine.
Cam Newton. Well, I've actually grown to enjoy.
Oh, I do. I think Cam's great.
He may be suffering from many layers of dementia. I have no idea. But he likes to dress like the Mad Hatter, and I applaud him for it.
Well, you know what? If you're going to start out with that, you can't after 2 months be like, never mind. Like, you got to stick.
That's exactly right.
He has committed to this for years. He's been dressing like this.
I like it. I hope him and Johnny Weir get together for a fashion show.
He's got you would never see an outline of him and go, who is that? Like,
exactly right.
He is unique in the way he looks.
So Cam Newton was on the Talking Head show this morning. I think it was First Take, where he was asked if he would trade his MVP award for a Super Bowl. And he said no. He said individual awards, more important to him. You know what? I appreciate the honesty. I'm sure that lots of football players would look at that and say, and see, that's why. That's why you're a loser and you'll never be as good as these other great ones, because you would rather have the individual award than the Super Bowl award. And maybe that's all true in the landscape of football lore, right?
Right.
But I'm telling you, there's a lot of guys who think that. He actually said it out loud, knowing the pushback he would probably get. So rock on, Mad Hatter.
Well, I agree with you. Like, the honesty there is appreciated. I don't feel like that's such a bad take. I know a lot of people get mad about that. I wonder if his take would be the same if he hadn't made a Super Bowl. Like, he got there.
Yes.
Right? And so they had a chance to win it. They didn't. Obviously, he didn't have his best game ever. Had a big fumble in that game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the one where they fumbled it, and then people thought he should have, jumped in and dove on the ball, and he didn't dive quick enough or whatever. And, yeah, there's a lot of things to unpack from his game. He was not the greatest player of all time or anything, but how many people can say they won a Super Bowl versus how many people can say they were the MVP of the league, right? Far fewer people can say they were MVP of the league in the NFL than can say they won a Super Bowl. There's 53-man rosters. Every year you're adding a new bunch of those guys, unless the Chiefs win again. They've already, a lot of them, done that. I can understand the intellectual argument, not saying that's where I would end up, but I can understand his argument saying, yeah, not as many people can say they did that. That's all about me. That shows how good I was. Whatever you think about the rest of my record, whether you think I was a loser, you can't take away my MVP, and that's true.
All right, what's weirder? The fact that Ringo Starr has never had a pizza and he's 84 years old, or the fact that television voice of the Yankees, Michael Kay, admits he's never tried a condiment of any kind, ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, any of it, in his entire life. Not that he doesn't like them.
He's never had
He's never tried them.
I will say that I think the condiment thing is weirder because at least with pizza, you can say that's just one restaurant, right? Like as you're walking down the street and you're like, there's the, hamburger place and there's the chicken place and a pizza place. I don't go to those. And then that's it. But if you go to a hamburger spot, condiments are a part of hamburgers, right? You go to get chicken, they're going to offer you something to put on the chicken. All the places you go, any place you go to a restaurant, there's condiments. You choose to avoid all of them always?
Now, like Al Michaels says that he doesn't eat vegetables, but has he never tried a vegetable?
I think he's tried them.
Right, and he probably tried them and decided he didn't like them. And so, he's 80 now. So what the hell?
Yeah, sure.
Fill up your colon with red meat. What's the difference?
Do what you got to do. Yeah, but that's at least, if he is saying, I've experienced it, don't like it, have no use for it, how do you avoid, like, ketchup, mustard, First of all, Michael Case had all those things because I don't know if he knows how they prepare food. Like if you've had a piece of seasoned chicken or like something like that, there's a good chance they rubbed some kind of adhesive, mayonnaise, mustard, something.
Rubbing
adhesive.
That's appetizing to me.
It holds all the spices on while you cook it.
What type of adhesive you cooking that chicken in there?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a binder. That's what they'll call it. That's what the barbecue guy will be like, put your mustard binder on there. You won't taste it. It cooks off. But they're always putting that stuff on there. So it's part of the recipe.
Sometimes after the fact, we look at something and say, yeah, that was a bad idea. Sometimes we can look before it even happens and say, yeah, that's not a good idea. I'm going to talk to you about one of those things coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on northbound 270's off-ramp to Easton Way, and that's on the East Outer Belt. And we've got stop-and-go traffic that's causing about a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and 315. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. My Lowe's Rewards Week deals for members only are up for grabs. Get up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit The Waterworks online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you bring Pella Columbus to your home, you get local, personal attention from an award-winning window and door crew.
Yep. Our crew is full of award winners, too.
Well, that's great, Wilson.
Yeah. Jerry alone has won the hot dog eating competition 2 years straight at the company picnic.
Well, that's not really the type of award I was talking about.
Still counts as an award.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Get ready to make the big game even bigger at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. With 2 massive jumbotrons, over 50 feet of screen, and more than 30 TVs, you won't miss a single play, touchdown, or highlight. Fuel your game with mouthwatering food and bucket specials. Plus, warm up with our pregame cornhole toss for your chance to win big before kickoff. Reserve your table now for the best seat in the house. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Celebrate women in sports. Join Ohio State women's basketball on Sunday, February 2nd for a special Women in Sports and Alumni Night. The Buckeyes take on Washington at the Shop. Be part of this great evening and get your tickets at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Hey there, Beamer here. Big news for Columbus. We all love new, right? A new house, a new car, a new phone, a new dog, a new puppy, whatever. And of course, a new store. There's a brand new AT&T store on Georgesville Road. That means you just got even more of what we need to stay connected. A new store in the 614 means now that we have even more ways to bring us together. So whether you need a new device, a new charger, or the very best deals on every smartphone, AT&T has got you covered. Because bringing people together is what AT&T does. When you're meeting the family for a barbecue or analyzing the next game with your friends who know better than the coach, or getting together for a hockey game, you can come join me, Brandon Beam, and 97.1 The Fan on Saturday from noon to 2 at 1605 Georgesville Square Drive and walk away feeling connected in more ways than ever before. Because AT&T knows connecting changes everything. Visit your local store for more information. Offers vary by device. Restrictions may apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Off Topic is on brand. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, happy Thursday. We're here until 5:30 today because of an early Buckeye tip. Buckeye basketball against Penn State tonight. Big road matchup. Coverage starts 5:30. Catch all the action right here on The Fan. You know, it'll be Major League Soccer season before you know it, Bone.
Oh, yes, it will.
And Major League Soccer is doing something different this year. They're going to introduce Sunday Night Soccer, featuring a game of the week on Sunday evenings with enhanced production and dedicated studio programming. The most compelling matchups will also be featured, and it will air throughout the regular season. The first Sunday Night Soccer game of the 2025 regular season will pit expansion club San Diego FC against defending MLS Cup champions LA Galaxy.
Okay.
On February 23rd, 7 o'clock Eastern. This will be on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, they did say these games, because all the games are still mostly on Apple TV Plus, although there are a couple things. You know, they put some games on Fox Sports 1. These games will be on Apple TV, but they'll be free if you're an Apple TV subscriber, I guess. So, like, more people can watch it without buying the package. It'll be just
but
like
you have to still subscribe to the
Apple
Plus
TV
aspect.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you have to subscribe to Apple TV Plus.
Right.
But if you do that, then you can watch these games. You don't have to buy the MLS package.
So here's the thing about, like, when they put these college basketball games on Peacock, right?
Right.
If you subscribe to Peacock, it's there for you. It's right there on the main page.
Yes.
If you subscribe to Amazon Prime, when you go to watch a game, it's right there for you.
Yeah.
Right on. There's no extra fee.
Right.
The problem with Major League Soccer is you can subscribe to Apple TV Plus, which gives you their shows like, you know, morning show and other shows that they have that I don't know what they are. But
yeah.
You can't watch soccer just with that. You have to buy an extra tier.
Yes, but that is because they've put it all as you can get all the games, right? It's like getting Sunday Ticket for an extra fee. But I will tell you this. The one thing I did see that MLS was doing their media announcement, and they mentioned that they are now with DirecTV and I believe Xfinity, which is a cable system I don't think we get around here, but big cable system, right? Comcast, I want to say. Anyway, on those platforms, you will now be able to go through your box and buy the MLS package again, and then it'll be in your DirecTV. So
you go in your box.
And yeah, as opposed to going to Apple TV and then you have to use a different app and you have to switch everything over. Now you'd be able to subscribe to it And then if you're like a Crew fan, you could just be clicking through your DirecTV and go, oh, the Crew are playing, and watch the game or whatever you want to watch.
Look, I got no problem with Major League Soccer wanting to establish a primetime window to showcase the best talent, the best games according to them. You know, it's their product. They should promote it properly. However, you're going head-to-head with NFL Sunday Night Football here.
Well, I don't understand why people are saying that, though, because it's like, yeah, in September. But that's when the season is. But they're starting in February. Like, at some point.
Fair enough.
At some point with MLS, it's like, when are they supposed to play these games? Because now, Monday night, that's NFL. You know, Thursday night is NFL. You've got college football games all day Saturday. You got NFL games all day Sunday. So Friday, yeah, I mean, like, are they supposed to do a Friday night thing? Are they like
Wednesday? Make Wednesday.
Well,
soccer night. Soccer night in America.
By the way, they did. Like, they have played a lot of Wednesday games. That didn't work either. So I feel like a lot of these articles have been like, they're trying to compete with the NFL. And it's like, at some point, I don't know when they're supposed to put it. Unless if they put it on Saturday at 2 a.m., I guess there's nothing to compete with there other than maybe at the end of a West Coast game. Yeah, you're right. In September and October, some of their biggest matchups, the ones that help with the playoffs and all that, those will directly compete with the actual Sunday Night Football game. But the rest of the year, it is something that maybe they can carve out. Although, to be fair, baseball has Sunday Night Baseball, right, is a thing. ESPN's done that for years, so they're going to be competing no matter what. I don't know if Sunday night's the best place to put it, but no matter where they want to go in prime time, there's other sports that are always going to be there.
Matt Stafford apparently wants to play next season. He has a $50 million cap number for 2025. Now, the Rams could trade him and save like half of that. Here's my question to you. Kevin Stefanski was on record yesterday saying he believes this entire roster is built well enough to win.
Okay.
All right. Well, hold on a second now.
All right. I'll take it. Yes. I'm not commenting.
Let's assume that's true.
Okay.
Whether it's true or not, let's assume they believe it's true. Browns management. They feel like they are a good quarterback away from competing for something. Deshaun Watson, even if they were going to go down that road this year, they cannot because he hurt himself again. So,
right.
If you ever question if there was actually a God, maybe it's that. So you have an option now. Sam Darnold's going to be out there, and you saw what he did this season. Probably not going to cost as much as you thought he was a couple months ago.
No, you're right.
It looks like the Vikings are going to move on from him and take their chances with J.J. McCarthy down the road. Would you be more comfortable if the Browns went after a guy like Sam Darnold or a guy like Matt Stafford, plugging them into this offense?
Well, for me, I feel like the Browns at some point are going to have to eventually get a franchise quarterback. Matt Stafford at this point in his career can't be that guy.
No.
Right?
He could help you win now.
That's right. And what I would really want to see is, I know Matt Stafford has won a Super Bowl. I know when he was with the Lions, he was really good too. Like I know at the Rams, he's been very good. So I feel like there's a better track record there. Sam Darnold had a great season. One great season. And he was very good. I don't know if we can say next year, the year after, that's going to continue. I feel like that's much more of a wild card. Obviously, if he works out, now you may have your franchise quarterback for the next 5-8 years. But I'd rather let Matt Stafford do it because, again, the only time this offense really looked great in the last couple of years since Deshaun Watson got there was when Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco hooked up, and then you had some actual offense. Matt Stafford is like 10 times the quarterback. Joe Flacco, like who they are at these points in their careers.
In theory, yeah.
I think Stafford's a better quarterback by far now than the Flacco version you got, as good as he was with the Browns. He didn't have more than a season in him of greatness, right? So I would rather have the steady hand that I know has done it, and then you find out. Like if Matt Stafford comes in and has another tremendous year, the Browns are in a playoff hunt, that kind of thing, that proves very much that Kevin Stefanski's offense is good. That proves this thing works. This team is still good. Then you go out and find your franchise quarterback. And while you're waiting for that to happen, Matt Stafford's your guy for the next year or two or however long he can give you. But then you're working towards getting the franchise guy. But now at least you know the offense is great.
You know, you and I talk a lot about public shaming and how we think that it should be more utilized than it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want to make car horns louder, not softer.
Yes.
I want to shame. I think that's something that's missing in society. Well, the fine people at the PGA have decided, yes, we agree with you, and we're going to do it. And I'll tell you how they're going to do it coming up next. Colin, Man, and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. You're looking at some slower traffic on eastbound 70 on the east side between Hamilton Road and 270. And we've got a couple-minute delay on southbound 315 between Kinnear Road and 670. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Now's a great time to save on fresh Heritage Farm boneless chicken breasts. They're on sale for just $2.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day. At Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
QC Kinetics not only has the latest non-invasive treatments for joint pain relief, but they also have one of the most respected names in sports medicine, serving as their medical director. That's Dr. Ray Tesner.
As the founder of Sports Medicine Grant and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon, it's exciting to be involved with the latest advances in regenerative medicine and QC Kinetics.
Well, QC Kinetics is making a huge difference in the quality of my life and others as well.
As folks already know, Bobby Carpenter and Sat Sullinger are sports legends in Columbus. QC Kinetics has already made a big difference in their lives, and also for Bobby's father, Rob Carpenter, a 10-year NFL veteran.
And the QC Kinetics team are seasoned medical professionals.
One of the cool things about being the medical director of QC Kinetics is the privilege I have of working with our staff, who have 15 years of experience in regenerative medicine.
You could be next. Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus and call QC Kinetics today for your complete complimentary consultation. 380-208-4544.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We'll start with men's college basketball. Tonight, Ohio State is on the road for a matchup against Penn State in Happy Valley. Timmy Hall, get you warmed up for that game starting at 5:30 right here on The Fan. Tip-off is at 6:30 as the Buckeyes look for their third win in a row and to get back to 500 in conference play. In hockey, after a 4-day break, the Blue Jackets are back on the ice tonight as the CBJ begin a 4-game road trip in Vegas. Face-off in Sin City tonight against the Golden Knights is at 10 o'clock. It's the first of a back-to-back for Columbus as they'll be in Salt Lake City tomorrow night against the Utah Hockey Club. In the NBA, the Cavaliers hammered the Heat in Miami last night, 126-106. Cleveland is back at it again tonight as they host the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off is at 7. And in college athletics, ESPN has picked up its option to continue broadcasting ACC sports through 2036. The ACC is now working towards settlements with Clemson and Florida State in an effort to provide some stability within the league. Breaking sports news when it happens here on The Fan.
Today's special value is 3 hours of stupid. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Hey, happy Thursday. 3 hours a day, every single day, except for today, where it's 2.5 hours because we're done at 5:30. Buckeye basketball an early tip. Yep. Buckeyes and Penn State. Coverage starts 5:30 right here on The Fan.
It's called the Jim Knowles Suck It game. That's where we're going in there. We're going to say,
hope he's there.
Hope you missed this. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
you. All right. I'm not saying a damn word.
Teddy, you weren't here yesterday for this, but I need to ask you because the account for this Twitter handle has mystified me. There is a Man and Bone archive on Twitter. Are you aware of this?
I just became aware of this in the last maybe few days.
Okay.
So, and I heard you talk about it yesterday, yeah.
Okay. So it's the Twitter handle is at Panama Ted Burner. That is not you, right?
No.
Okay.
As far as you know, it's not me.
Okay.
It's not you. Is it really you?
No, it's not me.
No, you would have told us,
Scout's
right?
honor.
Okay. So they have been tweeting the last few days with lots of updates about things we talked about previously. So today's update comes from 2022, where it says 2022 flashback. Today in Man and Bone history, this is what we were talking about 3 years ago. Yasiel Puig giving fans the bird.
Don't
essentially.
remember it.
I don't either. But then he says that led to a discussion about your friend Jim Stempian, who gave the best middle finger.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
What you apparently said.
That was back in Catholic elementary school, where he would, first of all, he had just an abnormally long middle finger. So it just was
right. All right. So
and he would like he'd give you the sound effect. He'd slap the bicep that.
Yeah, he would do the two-handed bird instead of just one. He
wouldn't give the bird with two hands.
No, but the one hand is hinging the other hand to make the right hand come up, and then you do the big bird.
He didn't do a half-assed finger.
He wasn't like scratching his eyebrow with his middle finger to subtly let you know. He was really glad
when he gave it to you. You knew it. You go back and think about that now. At least I do. And you have kids now, obviously, that are that age. Is that when all that was going on was like second, third grade, where my kid is now.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, like does she go to school? Like, is there somebody in her class? That guy gives the best middle fingers. Or was it just us degenerate Catholic boys?
Well, it probably has
that
to do
would give
with
it to the nuns when they turned their back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think in second and third grade when I was growing up, I went to a Christian school, but even then, like there was nobody doing like the hard middle fingers back then. I mean, we had kids that were like pushing and shoving and be like, "Hey man, you're stupid, you suck."
Oh, no, we didn't have
that, but we didn't have none of the like flipping the bird.
Again, I don't want to paint with a broad brush, but I will. I assume a lot of the parents at the school that you went to were just like me. You know, I went to a religious school. You went to a religious school.
Yeah.
But a lot of the parents that you probably dealt with were, "Oh, hi, honey. How are you? Please, I'm making some brownies for the bake sale," and they would never let you watch a bad movie, right?
Or there were a lot of parents like that. You're right.
You know, and the parents, at least of the kids that I knew at the Catholic school, were the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
You know, they would use all those words in front of you. And so then you started to use them yourself out on the playground at a young age.
Yeah, at our school, we had a lot of kids who parents were just like the teachers, where everyone was just very pious, they bought in. But there was about 10% of the people at our school that were sent there because the parents were like, I don't know what the F to do with you. So here, go to this school and maybe they'll straighten you out. And so those kids would be the ones that were like, smoking behind the school and like do it as you got older. They were the ones that knew where all the debauchery was. And all it takes is like 5 to 10% of people. And then by 7th, 8th grade, we all got to where you're talking about, but not at the younger ages.
Like I could honestly tell you with a straight face, up until a certain age, the person I'd seen drink the most in one sitting was my priest.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just saying that's the separation.
Yeah. Our
between where you went to school and where I went to school.
That's right. Yes. Very different.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, this week in Man and Bone history.
Yes, that's right. By the way, one quick thing on my school. I should have mentioned this yesterday and I forgot. Tonight, the Cavs are playing, I believe.
That's right.
Up at Rocket Mortgage.
They're playing the Hawks.
Yes. Actually, it's probably going on right now. My old high school, Liberty Christian Academy, out in Pataskala, they are playing, I believe, Genoa Baptist Christian School at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse before this Cavs game.
Why?
I don't know. But a buddy of mine, my buddy Josh, who works out at church out that way, I don't know, probably knows some people who are part of the school. He texted me and said, hey, did you know your old high school's playing at the Cavs game tomorrow night? I said, no, get out of here. What are you talking about? Apparently, I saw that this Genoa Baptist school, they did this a couple years ago. They played another school I used to play, Delaware Christian. They played up at Rocket Mortgage. They got to play on the court.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, maybe they do this every game. Maybe they have like a local high school from up there. But again,
this is not local. We're in Central Ohio.
All the Cleveland schools maybe would get to do that opportunity. And then I would presume if you're bringing one in from Columbus, it would be like 2 D1 powerhouses or something, But apparently not. Apparently my little school is up there playing right now. So go Eagles, which I'm guessing is probably the name of both the schools because that's how the Christian schools roll. But go Liberty Christian. I hope you win. That's my old alma mater.
So
that's
can fans and family go up there and
let me
watch?
tell you, if I was up there, I would have gone. If I could have made that happen. I didn't know about this till just yesterday. I'm not taking the day off for it, but yeah, I would have been. As a proud alum, someone who played for that basketball program, yeah, I'd go up there and say that's my team right there.
But my point is, what I would do is I would go to that game and then I would hide somewhere in the arena. So I just be there when the Cavs play.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how are they going to find you? There's a lot of nooks and crannies for you to hide in there.
Yeah, you just, fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go.
You
just
go in a bathroom
head to
stall.
the bathroom.
You put your feet up on the bowl.
Or even if you don't, you just get that little app that has all the fart noises. And then they're like, hey, buddy, we got to clear. And you're like, oh, yeah, one moment. And then, and just like, sorry, it's really rough in here right now. Don't come in.
All right, the PGA Tour is preparing these 4 solutions to curb slow play, creating angst among fans. Teddy, is this a problem? You do not like the slow play?
It's becoming a huge problem on the tour now. It's just getting worse and worse. Guys take forever to try to hit a shot, and yeah, it's causing problems.
All right, well, here's what they're going to do. Distance measuring devices. So rangefinders.
Yeah, because I guess, is that part of the problem, Ted? Is like, who's the guy who's notorious for taking forever? Everyone hates him. Bryson DeChambeau, right? Even though
he's with the LIV.
He's not with the PGA Tour.
But he's brought this on,
Yes,
kinda, yeah.
when
Everybody does this.
When he was in the PGA, wouldn't he be the one that would take like an hour to set up his shot? And everyone's like, please, God, just take your shot.
Yeah, because they have to walk it all off and everything with the caddy and know this precise yardage and everything. Yeah,
okay. So they're going to say we're going to use technology. Also, increased use of Video Review Center. So more efficient usage of the Video Review Center should curb some of those delays and get the play restarted faster. Accountability. By disclosing fines and penalties assessed to golfers who violate playtime rules, the PGA Tour aims to show fans that it's not letting players get away with slow play. And that leads to public embarrassment. The PGA Tour plans to publicize a list of the worst slow play offenders based on average stroke time data.
Stroke time.
Average stroke time. So, look, this is what I've been saying for years needs to happen with NFL officials and Major League Baseball umpires, is I want an official list of who's good and who's bad, according to whatever metric you want to assign, in-house metric. And I want a reward-based system were truly the best, according to the stats you've laid out, get rewarded, whether it's monetarily or bigger assignments, whatever it is. And the ones that are continuously at the bottom of the barrel are publicly shamed by fatties like you and me.
Yes.
They apologize to all of us, and they're fired.
Right.
That's all I want.
I think the public shaming thing works a lot better for referees. I have questions about how it works for golf.
Heckling.
No.
They're going to heckle them.
I know that, but again, they won't let you do that on the PGA Tour.
They will for these people.
Oh, good. If they said, if you're in the bottom 5, the gallery rules are deleted for your round. Like, people can just be like, yeah, you suck, boo!
Let's
right
go!
in your backswing, then that'd be great. I do have this question. Seriously. If, let's say, a Tiger Woods level phenomenon is coming through and they're one of the great stories of golf, but if they also were in like the bottom 5 for pace of play, do you think anyone would care? Like, you know what I mean? At some point, it's because some of these players are annoying or they suck and they take forever. If you're like the best, I don't know if that's going to be because I could see a golfer being like, so what if I'm bottom 5 of that? I'm top 5 in the money. So, I don't know if this shaming will work as well on golfers because there's something else you're measured on. You're measured on if you win, if you make a lot of money. Umpires and referees, you're right. That's all they should be graded on is how is your performance? And if they suck, then let them hear it.
And speaking of money, I want to talk about some money. Not my money. Somebody else's money coming up next. And in order to prepare you for me talking about NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, which I will do soon, I want you all to do me a favor if you're near a computer, okay? I want you to go to the Googles. I want you to type in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Hush, Hush. And I want you to have that visual as I get ready to talk about Adam Silver coming up next. What's the matter, Bone? Did you type it in?
It's terrifying. Yeah. It's like if... I got to say, should also Google Rick Scott and just put those two together in a room.
I'm just saying. Yeah. That's what I see every time I look at Adam Silver's face. That's coming up next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find traffic is moving slow on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. And we also have a slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between Hudson Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see who'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The New Year's celebration is come and gone, but my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin are still offering those great deals. Rich is sticking with rates starting as low as 0% and leases starting from only $249 a month. Test drive the Prologue, the new all-electric SUV from Honda. And how about the very popular CR-V LX all-wheel drive? A 25 lease is only $349 a month for 36 months with $19.99 down. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Get ready for the big game and stock up on home team favorites like buy 5, save $5 deals at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. And Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue or marinade sauce. Buy 5, save 5 this week at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Columbus Men's Clinic. We've totally rediscovered each other. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Columbus Men's Clinic brings you proven options for ED, low testosterone, and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. That's columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff, and one station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around, but dry and mild on this Thursday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s as you're making your way home. Showers arrive shortly after sunset, on and off through the night. Temperatures stay mild, right around 40 degrees by your Friday morning. An occasional shower during the day. Temperatures back in the mid-50s. Another round of showers as we go through Friday night, followed by a cool down on Saturday. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Barely famous, incredibly stupid. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone, you know what I'm doing tonight?
What are you doing tonight?
Buckeye basketball with an early start.
Yeah.
That's why we're done at 5:30. I'm going to go home, make a little pasta. And then I'm going to sit down. I'm going to crack open an ice-cold Coors Light as I enjoy all of my television viewing tonight. I got basketball to watch. I got hockey to watch. I got to talk to Rimmer's nurse and make sure everything's okay down there.
You mean his nether regions?
I meant down in Florida.
Oh, I see.
But
okay.
yes, also pertaining to his nether regions. But what makes that even better for me is that I'm enjoying it with an ice-cold Coors Light. Remember, 21 means 21. Please drink responsibly. Also, don't wipe Rimmer's nether regions unless you're getting paid handsomely for it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about money. You go to a garage sale? You a big garage sale guy?
You know what? I used to go a lot when I was a kid because my parents went all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a garage sale. I will, if I get the itch, I will go do a community garage sale, walk around. Yes, I enjoy
My grandfather was a big garage sale guy. He'd always bring me trinkets.
Yeah,
from the garage sale.
It's a lot of crap, but occasionally you find something that's pretty cool or something you just remember from your childhood, things like that.
Well, here you go. There was a garage sale in Minnesota in 2016, and an antiques collector was there, just checking stuff out. There was a nice little vase he can put in his shop.
Yeah.
Right? Wound up buying a painting for $50.
Okay.
This painting bore a striking resemblance to Vincent van Gogh's work, to the point where there are enough art historians, even though this painting is not signed, who actually believe this guy bought an actual Van Gogh painting at this garage sale for $50. If it is confirmed, I guess, by enough smart people that he did, in fact, his $50 investment in this painting could be worth $15 million. That is one. And if you're the person who sold that.
Oh, yeah.
You had it in your basement for years, and grandma said, don't lose this painting. And shut up, old woman.
Right. And then you just sell it because you're like, Gam's dead now. Let me go ahead and just get rid of her crap.
What is this? Wheatfield? Who cares?
Yeah.
$50.
Now, let me ask you a question, because when I hear these stories, 9 times out of 10, what I picture is a person who's just looking at the yard sale going, oh, that's a neat thing, or oh, that baseball card's neat, or whatever. They take it home and realize, oh my gosh, I bought something that I had no idea was this valuable. I'm not an expert or anything. I'm just a person. And I found a thing I liked. Turns out this thing's worth a lot of money. Like on Antiques Roadshow. We see that where the person has something in their possession, they take it and they find out it's worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. That to me is a great, heartwarming story. But I've seen these people. There's a guy named Gary V. Do you know who Gary V is?
I do not.
He was I don't know if he's still banging, but he's like an entrepreneur, YouTuber guy. And what he likes to do is tell you, hey, if you want to become an entrepreneur like me, one of the best things you can do is go to yard sales and start flipping, right? Where you go in and you're looking for specific items that you know are worth money. And you study this, you know they sell well on eBay. And then Gary V goes to yard sales and he will talk to these people and be like, he'll do this on camera where he'll say, hey, these people have a Schwinn bike from 1974. If you go look online right now, these things are selling for like $5,000. They've got $25 on it. I'm going to talk about it 15. And then he does, and he's like, oh my God, I talked about it $15. And then he'll go sell it for $5,000, knowing full well what they have.
I don't think this person
I know
is that guy.
But this is my question. If you're like an art collector and you go and see this painting, do you feel like they have an obligation to tell the person, like, hey, man, you probably ought to get this appraised before you sell this in a yard sale? If you're an expert in the field, should you do that? Is that the ethical thing?
Let me ask you a question. You go to a garage sale. It's an old lady, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't know what the hell's going on. She's 100. She's got a house dress on. She's got a table full of stuff.
Right.
In Marysville, you pop in.
Yeah.
She's got what she believes to be a worthless piece of cardboard sitting there on the paper, and it says Hannes Wagner on it.
Yeah, okay,
right?
yeah. Exactly, yes.
You look at this, and you're like, I know exactly what that is. Right? But this old broad, she doesn't know what it is, and quite frankly, she's too old to enjoy any of the money anyway, even if she did understand what it was. Right?
All right.
Do you tell her, excuse me, ma'am, I think maybe you could afford a better home health care nurse now because this is a very expensive card. Or do you pay the 2 cents she's asking for it and keep your mouth shut?
No. I feel like if I bought that card and sold it for like millions of dollars, knowing in advance what it was, that's the key. If you buy something you don't know that it's that valuable, then you take it home and realize, oh my gosh, I may have lucked out here. That to me is totally different. But yeah, if I knew, like let's say it was a Jordan rookie card, those things go for crazy money. If I saw one of those, I would feel like I'd have to at least ask the person, do you know what this is? And if they go, oh yeah, it's a Jordan rookie card. And I said, all right, it's probably worth tens of thousands of dollars. Are you sure you want to part with it? And if they're like, yes, I don't care, leave.
No, here's what you do.
I'm saying if I didn't do that, I would feel guilty.
You buy it for 5 cents. You fleece them. All right. Then you sell it for a lot of money. You drop $20,000 in their mailbox anonymously.
All right. You know what? There you go. That's a good way to keep the conscience clear because they don't know what they lost.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe you made $10 million, right? But that's all right. Here's $20,000 right in the mailbox.
Right. I'm just saying, I have watched these people that do this where they go to yard sales purposely to flip and they just laugh at people. They're like, can you believe this idiot's getting rid of this? What a loser. And it's like, why don't you tell them, especially that Gary V guy, because he's got millions in the bank. That dude doesn't need this. He just likes the thrill, and it makes me sick. Like, tell these poor people, hey, you could actually make a few $1,000s off of this thing.
So what they do when they verify this painting, and by the way, they have not officially verified this is a Van Gogh, but they think it's promising.
Yeah, because like you said, he didn't sign it or anything.
No, but they go and they forensically study it. They study the brush strokes. They study the pigment of the paint that was used, and was he using that pigment? Does it match up from a time perspective? All of that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like crime scene forensics.
Of course.
To try and determine if he painted this thing.
It's probably different materials that they were using if you were painting, say, in that period versus another one, because the paints maybe were made differently. Right.
All right, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who is my worst nightmare. Like, if he popped in my room at night, I'd never sleep again.
Well, you said to Google, what was it from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Hush, Hush, and tell me those demons depicted in that episode of the show do not look like NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. So, again, Adam Silver now is, at least publicly, listening to all these critiques of the NBA product and saying he's actively trying to fix the game and make it better. He said, as we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. He says, I'm a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are, putting aside what it means for records and things like that. Yeah, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with modern television habits. The average game time now is about 2:15.
Okay. Can I have a problem with this on a few levels, but one of them is I understand everybody is trying to help with the NBA and trying to tell us all that, it needs to be improved and here's how you can improve it. Adam Silver, well, the ratings don't lie, right? The ratings are down for the NBA overall over the last few years.
The numbers don't lie either.
Right. There's a lot of reasons for that, I'm sure, but I don't want to hear from people who never watch the NBA who are like, yeah, NBA sucks because they're shooting too many threes. It's like, if they were shooting mid-range jumpers, you're telling me you're watching 50 games a year? You don't know what are you talking about? That to me is not the issue. The issue totally comes down to the amount of time basketball is not being played in NBA games, right? Whether that is via timeouts, commercial breaks, all the network stuff you got to do, the length of the game that he's talking about. It's not how long the quarters are. It's how long your breaks are to fulfill your corporate obligations. If you genuinely care about just getting the ratings up, shorten the commercial breaks, charge more for the commercials, and you will have more of a flow to the game. I believe part of the problem with the NBA is, and you see it in college basketball too, when the referees take over, when there's a billion timeouts, when we got to review every play down the last 2 minutes, that kills the flow of a game. Basketball is a flow type of thing. You need the offense and defense back and forth. That's a good contest. You don't need this game to stop all these times. But instead of doing anything about that, what we're going to do instead is shorten the amount of time you're actually playing basketball. We're going to give the refs probably even more tools to slow the game down. You're probably going to add timeouts so you can keep your corporate partners happy. And you're going to wonder why the ratings continue to suffer. That, to me, is the issue.
Bone?
Yes, man.
Everything you said made sense.
Were you listening?
Yes, I was.
Thank
you know what I was thinking about?
What's that?
Food.
Ooh.
So we'll do Fat Boy Food Tap coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is slow on southbound 270 on the east outer belt between Livingston Avenue and I-70. And you're looking at a 10-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. My Lowe's Rewards Week deals for members only are up for grabs. Get up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms subject to change. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
At Logan Services, we know how important your home comfort is, and that's why we're proud to offer free HVAC inspections. Through our free inspection, you'll get a thorough assessment of your heating and cooling system to identify any potential issues that can impact your home, your energy bills, and even your health. The assessment is free and only takes an hour of your time. It's the fast, friendly service that you've come to expect from our team at Logan Services.
In a divorce, it's important to have a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell, a domestic litigation and family law firm. We champion your rights as an individual and your role as a parent, taking an aggressive approach in court while leveling the legal playing field in domestic matters. That's what a champion does. That's what Cordell & Cordell can do for you. Visit us at CordellCordell.com.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
Hey, this dumb show is brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. We're going to do a little taste test today. Before we get to that, let me tell you, Degenerate T-Bone is coming up at 4:46. We are only here today until 5:30 because we have an early Buckeye basketball game. Coverage starts at 5:30. Buckeyes and Penn State. Catch all the action right here on the Fan. Fatboy Food Tap!
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
All right, Bone has brought in some candy for us to try today.
All right, so what I have here, these are called Squashies. They are Smarties. They're made by the Smarties people, supposedly. However, the Smarties people, I think, just import them because these actually come from the UK. If you look on the back of this package, it says made in the UK. Ew. These are an import. And I'll tell you, a very famous pop star has taken a liking to these. Taylor Swift swears by these things.
Okay.
But the only reason I know about them is because my wife brought them to my attention. She got them the other day at a gas station. She said, these are delicious. You got to, I've been getting them for a while now, but you need to try one. And I tried one, and I got to tell you, they instantly rocketed up the charts for my favorite, one of my favorite candies.
I haven't had it yet. Visually, it looks like a piece of taffy.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and put it in your mouth and let me know what you think of that.
It's almost marshmallowy.
Much more delicate than like taffy.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Isn't that it's good. I love these. I could eat a whole bag of these and not even blink.
Now, it's no Nerds gummy cluster.
Okay. That's fine. I know that the gummy cluster has the crunchy and the soft together, which is great. But I gave some to Panama Ted and Timmy Hall. What do you guys think of this?
Here's my thing with this. As you said, Mike, the consistency, the chewiness, that's really good. It's not bursting with any flavor. That's the one downside. What flavor is this supposed to be, Bone?
It's raspberry and cream is what it says.
It's a touch medicinal.
I'm not even getting medicinal. I'm just not getting much of a flavor burst. But I do, you're right, it's way softer than taffy. I'm not a huge taffy fan anyway, so that part is nice.
Hey, guess what? These candies, fat-free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best Fat Boy food tip given but it says here on their website.
No fat.
No fat.
They're fat-free.
You'll
they're
become a diabetic, but no fat.
It doesn't even taste like they have that much sugar in them.
They're peanut-free and they're gluten-free.
Okay.
So they're all good for everybody.
Yes, these are not bad. These are very good, but would I buy them on my own? No, probably not.
5 pieces, 70 calories. Now, there are 7 servings in this bag.
Get the hell out. 7 servings in that bag?
That's what it says.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. You gave me like 10 servings on this plate.
No, I know. I just dumped them
I'm going to eat the
out.
whole thing.
There you go. So, Squashies. Apparently, Taylor Swift, big fan.
No, that's fine.
Melissa Smith, huge fan. She loves them. This is from Angel Reese, WNBA star. She has partnered with McDonald's to bring you her own signature meal.
Okay.
She joins the likes of, who else has these meals? Travis Scott did one, Cardi B, Offset, and Saweetie, among others, who have gotten a collab with McDonald's. And it mentions in the article here, Michael Jordan did it way back in the day. And that's very key to this article.
Absolutely.
The Angel Reese special is as follows. You get the main part of this is the burger. She picked out the burger, and it is a quarter pounder with cheese, which has an unapologetically bold and smoky barbecue sauce, crispy bacon, and cheese. Now, the picture also shows onions and pickles.
That's a Michael Jordan burger, baby.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is if that's what this is, that sounds very similar to that Michael Jordan burger that you've always talked about.
The only difference is I think the Michael Jordan burger also had mustard on it.
Okay.
But everything else, that's a Michael Jordan burger.
I don't see
He had a bold barbecue sauce on it?
Yes,
Yeah, just
had
like
barbecue
that?
sauce on. I mean, I don't know if it's the same barbecue sauce as like the McRib. That's what the Jordan burger used.
I'm guessing McDonald's is using the same barbecue sauce they use for everything.
I would think so.
But I could be wrong.
Maybe they got a special one for Angel Reese that has like fake eyelashes in it or something. I don't know.
Could be. The meal, if you get the collab meal, it's all that I said on the quarter pounder, plus a large fry, and the drink of choice is a High C. High C orange lava burst.
You can change out the drink, though, right?
Of course. I'm sure you can get whatever you...
Love the High C
McDonald's.
orange at McDonald's.
Yeah?
It's a good fit. Yeah.
You a big fan?
I would get that. There was a stage when I was a youngster where I was always getting that High C orange at McDonald's.
Well, that was the High C that's the kind that if you ever did in Little League, our Little League used to rent coolers from the local McDonald's for like games. They would have a water cooler with the McDonald's logo on it and then a High C cooler with the logo on it. And that was the clutch one. If you found that and you said, oh, this is the High C one, that's what you wanted during the game.
Now, for you two, what would your quick little meal be if you were getting a McDonald's meal?
Ooh.
You got to, say, throw an extra or two into that meal plan.
I don't know about you, Mike, but for me, it would be more food than just a quarter pounder, large fry, and a drink.
I'm sure it would, right? Like you'd throw a 6-piece nugget in there.
I would go this. I would go 10-piece nugget, double cheeseburger, large fry, large drink. That's what my go-to meal would be if I was to do that at McDonald's.
By the way, Timmy, my daughter is amazed that you eat your nuggets in one bite.
She likes that, huh?
She says she wants to try it, and I said, please don't. Let's not have the Heimlich come out tonight.
You're a grown man.
How did that
She's
come
a
up?
child.
How did that come up in conversation?
Because she's
with you and
always like,
Samantha?
how many bites do you think you can get this in? I said, my friend Timmy, one bite only. He shoves the whole thing in his mouth, and she looked at like the way that I would look at like a superstar, like, oh my God.
Like at Michael Jordan.
How did Michael Jordan do that?
Yeah,
She looked at me and
so
said,
bad.
I love Timmy. I want to do that.
Wait, are you saying, Mike, that you don't eat your nuggets in one bite?
No. You put them all?
I
get 2 bites out of my
dunk
nugget.
in just a whole right in there.
No.
I feel like it's either 1 or 2, right?
I
like that's
two-bite
really
it.
it.
Yeah,
you like to
can't
get
do more than 2.
So you're going for a second dip. Is what you like, that second dip.
To prolong my eating experience.
Oh, I want to get it all shoved in there. Like get as much and that's bad, but usually it's because I'm also driving, so I'm just like, give me the nuggets, and I'm just piling them in.
I feel like we're savoring the same amount of food, right? Whether it's 1 bite or 2.
Yeah.
And I feel like I get a good, like, deep dip of the sauce.
Yep.
When it hasn't been bitten into yet.
Can I tell you what I would do?
What would
Can
you
I
do?
make my own burger?
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Yeah, make it.
I'm going to do a quarter pounder with cheese, but I'm going to take the grilled onions that they do on the steak bagel.
Okay. So
And I'm going to put that.
like the caramelization is there.
Yes, the grilled onions that you get on the steak bagel. I'm going to put that on my quarter pounder with cheese.
Okay.
With bacon.
All right. Yeah, that sounds very good.
That's my burger that I'm making.
I would like to bring back one of my favorite burgers from yesteryear to be my sandwich, and I will do a specialty big and tasty with bacon.
Because that surprises me that you love the Big and Tasty, because the Big and Tasty was McDonald's answer to the Whopper, and the Big and Tasty had lots of mayonnaise on it. That was the whole point.
You'll get it without the mayonnaise, though, right?
I would get it without the mayo.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just liked it because it had like a classic lettuce and tomato on that sandwich. That's what was great about it to me.
Yeah. What's the one they do now that has the lettuce and tomato on it? What is that
called? The Daily Double.
Yeah. They do have a sandwich like that, Timmy, if you want to try it.
Daily double? Mm-hmm. I've not had that one yet.
Yeah, they only offer
Got mayonnaise on it though.
But you can get it without.
What about the Costanza? Keep the hot side hot and the cool side cool.
That's the McDLT.
McDLT.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep the veggies cool, hot side hot.
By the way, I have long since said McDonald's should do this. I don't know why they don't offer it. I want to be able to get a hash brown on my burger. And
so make it the T-bone meal.
I know. That's what I should have done. I should have gone with that. But I also think the hash brown would be a perfect device to dip into a sauce, like a barbecue sauce, and then you place that on the burger. Now you've got barbecue sauce, potato on your burger. You get a little crunch. You get a little flavor. You could even do a dusting. Maybe you've got some different, I don't know, put some like a ranch seasoning on that. You could have different flavors of the hash brown.
You don't want any lettuce or tomato on that one if you're going with the hash brown?
Who needs that? Come on. Just go lettuce. Let's go cheese, meat, then the hash brown on
hash
there.
Brown sauce.
Little barbecue sauce, little seasoning on there, whatever you want to do.
I have a little bit of trivia for you. There are 2 players on the Chicago Bulls 6 championship team that had their own burgers at McDonald's. Michael Jordan was one of them. This is just Chicagoland area. I don't think it went anywhere else.
Yeah.
Who was the other one?
B.J. Armstrong.
No.
Tony Kukoc.
Luke Longley.
Bill Wennington.
Yes! That was going to be my next one because there's no way that makes any sense.
Bill Wennington had a burger at McDonald's locally in Chicago called the Beef Wennington.
That's great.
Yes.
All right?
It's great.
And it was quarter-pound patty, cheese, onions, barbecue sauce, and bacon, but Canadian bacon.
Oh.
Because Bill is Canadian.
That's good.
So worse bacon.
Yes. So
ham.
not
as we call it, a piece of ham.
A piece of
sliced ham. Bacon that sucks.
There is a place I go sometimes to get breakfast, and they do have on their list of bagels you can get an egg, bacon, and cheese bagel. And I always forget because I'm like, oh, they've got a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's great.
Oh, it's Canadian bacon?
And then I get it, and I'm like, oh, that's right. They do Canadian bacon.
Is
I
it
forgot.
Timmy Ho-Ho's?
No. It's like it's a smaller place. I don't want to it's fine. It's a good sandwich, but I just see bacon and I think, oh, yeah, bacon like bacon.
It's like when you take the trip to the UK, you go across the pond and you're just seeing bacon rolls in all these spots. You're like, oh my God, a roll stuffed with bacon. You're like, it's the they're not bad. Like they're good. They're good.
But it's
That's
not
what
bacon.
they do.
It's not American style bacon. I guess
bacon
I didn't know we were the only ones doing it that way.
Do you have too much money in your wallet? Good news. T-Bone's going to help you lighten that load. Degenerate T-Bone coming up next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for a disabled semi that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 downtown before 4th Street. It's causing slower traffic from the 71 West Split. And we've got a couple-minute delay on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day. At Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with the sound of freshness. With new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items. So you save on all the crunch, all the flavor, all the just-picked goodness you love. Surround yourself with savings every time you shop with new low prices on apples, carrots, lettuce, celery, and more. Enjoy fresh savings on fresh produce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Rothman and Ice.
I told him I wanted to do the whole mascot thing. And he said, well, your name is Matty Ice. Can you skate? And I said, Coach, that's a problem. I can't.
Can you have a land mascot?
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call Tri-State Men's Health today. Because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at Tri-State Men's Health will give you back your sex life. Because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So, make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Happy to be wrong, which is good because they're always wrong. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel, will you please? Go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click subscribe. You can watch all of us do all of our dumb shows visually instead of just listening to us. We're much dumber when you actually look at us. Also, when you're there, subscribe to my channel, Common Man's Basement. It's brought to you by my friends at the Lion's Den. You know, Valentine's Day's coming up. Oh. Maybe you're saying, I'd like some crotchless panties. Guess what? Use promo code Common Man.
No. They don't have a promo code.
No, they don't. But they do have crotchless panties.
I know that. I mean, come on, of course.
And I don't begrudge that. I'm in the market for myself.
Of course.
For me to wear them.
I know. So you have, I don't even know what you would need it for, but I'll just let you do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Call that like pigs in a blanket.
Well, is there
cocktail franks though for me?
There is one. I mean, it's not pigs. At least I hope not.
Degenerate T-bone. Oh crap!
Oh, that was
me. Ted, I'll let that one slide because you're not feeling good.
Oh, okay? That's on Ted.
That's on
right.
Ted.
Yeah,
I'll let that one slide.
Not on you.
Let's try it again. Degenerate T-bone.
Common Man and T-Bones. Degenerate T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone.
T-Bone's picks for the weekend.
Sponsored by Ohio Health. Choose between virtual or in-person appointments at 200-plus care sites, providing the finest care anywhere. OhioHealth.com/finest care.
Bone. All right, man. I have one thing for you in the NBA tonight, and then I will give you some futures for the rest of this. Tonight, Rockets taking on the Grizzlies, 9:30 p.m. Amen Thompson. You familiar with this guy?
No.
It's 4th overall pick not too long ago, and a really good player. One of the most athletic players to come into the NBA in a long time. He has been on fire since he got inserted into the Rockets starting lineup. Rockets are good this year. Grizzlies are good. These are two of the top teams in the West. They are playing pretty well, but this should be a fun game just to watch. Amen Thompson, though, didn't have the best game the last time out. He kind of had limited possessions, didn't really get into the flow of the game. But since he's been put in the starting lineup in January, he's had 18.5 points per game and 10.9 rebounds per game this month. So pretty good stuff there. His over-under on rebounds tonight, I found at 27.5. So I'd like him to go over that number. I actually think he'd get up over 30. This Grizzlies team that they're going up against, the Rockets are, Grizzlies like to get up and down the floor. They like a lot of possessions. So I think there's going to be a lot of chances for him to get over that number 10 or 11 rebound and to probably get some decent points in transition. So I like him to go over. If you've not watched him, check him out and maybe, put a little money on it. Now, as for hockey, I'm going to switch over to the Blue Jackets because we've been talking about the Blue Jackets' odds to make the playoffs and how they're doing. Do you know right now the consensus odds on the Blue Jackets to make the playoffs?
No.
It's not a plus in front of that number. And it's not like a minus, right, where it's like, minus 110, minus 150. Jackets right now, I'm finding them at minus 620 to make the playoffs.
Minus 620?
Like, they are considered strong. Like, remember how we did the thing where they...
Right, I was going to say, ESPN gave them like a 1.7% chance of making the playoffs.
I'll tell you this, the people who are putting money on things, because that's all this reflects, right? It doesn't reflect any mathematical probabilities. It just means, where's the money going? People around the NHL who gamble on this sport have said around the country, we think the Jackets are making the playoffs, and they're betting on it to happen.
I did put $10 on to make the playoffs before the season started.
Oh, well, that could be very lucrative.
So I think it pays out like $180.
That's nice. That's very good. Now, if you have a belief in the Jackets, not only to make the playoffs, but to win the Eastern Conference, well, you could make a lot of money if they go on a run. Obviously, this would be unprecedented. This would be one of the biggest stories in sports history if they were to do it. But right now, you can get the Jackets at plus 15,000 to win the Eastern Conference. Not likely to happen, but I just thought I would throw that out there.
Can you imagine what that was before the season?
Oh, I don't even know if it may not even have changed.
I mean, we talk about these guys like Mattress Mac, who's the big old furniture guy down in Houston, who's known for placing multi-million-dollar bets. This guy's got millions of dollars. Can you imagine a guy like that putting just $1,000, which for him is he wipes himself with $1,000. Right. $1,000 on the Blue Jackets to make the playoffs or win the Eastern Conference before the season started. And what that would turn into.
Yeah, I bet a lot of books, honestly, probably just didn't even have it as an odds. They probably didn't take odds on it just because they didn't want the exposure on that. Now, I also checked out the Norris Trophy odds for Defenseman of the Year in the NHL. Our guy, Zach Werenski, currently right now, he's got the third best odds at plus 375. So if you think Zach should get that award or could get in the running for that, I'm not saying it's likely to happen, but if he keeps putting together the season he has had, these odds could change. But right now it's plus 375, so keep that one as something to look at down the road. And I don't want to do too much of this because I know next week we'll get into the Super Bowl stuff, but don't worry, I have no Pro Bowl odds for you because I'm not as big of a degenerate as that. But I have Taylor Swift-related odds for the Super Bowl.
All right.
Kansas City Chiefs to win and Travis Kelce to propose to Taylor Swift. You can bet on this. The odds I'm seeing are plus 750 for that to happen.
Does it have to be on the field? Can it be later that evening?
I was looking for that, and all I saw was to propose at the game.
At the game.
So I don't know if...
Boise State style.
Yeah, if like the next day it comes out that they're engaged, I don't know what happens there. Taylor Swift to win Album of the Year and the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. That's plus 900. I don't know when they award Album of the Year. I don't know if that's Grammys or if that's something else.
I think the Grammys are coming up, aren't they?
Oh, that would make sense then.
Oh, that music's just gone away.
The final one I saw, There are odds out there that there will be a picture of Taylor Swift in Eagles gear shown during the game. Now, the reason for this, do you know where Taylor Swift grew up?
Mike Trout's house in Philadelphia?
She grew up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So before she moved to Nashville, there is a belief that she probably had some Eagles gear at some point. Maybe there's even pictures of her in Eagles gear. So would the broadcast show that and be like, well, back in the day, Taylor Swift is here for the Chiefs, but she used to be an Eagles fan. The odds are currently at no is like minus 1,500 plus 3,000 if you say yes. Like, I think there's at least a halfway decent chance. They'll show she's not going to wear anything Eagles, obviously, but they're going to show a picture of her. I could see that happening on the Super Bowl at some point.
Also, odds are that the richest athlete in the stadium on Super Bowl Sunday will not be playing on the field because Mike Trout's probably going.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Mike Trout's a big Eagle fan.
Sure. And you're right. He's making more money than any of the guys in that game.
I mean, Taylor Swift's probably got more money than anybody.
Well, she's not the richest. Well, you said richest athlete, not richest person.
Right.
Yeah. And, of course, the people who own these teams probably also richer than any of these people we just mentioned.
Well,
but sure.
fair enough. Why you got to ruin it for me?
Well, I'm just saying.
Thanks, Bone.
Thanks, man.
That was a good one. Hey, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to help people with their relationships. We're known as givers here, okay? So I saw this list, 22 non-sexual things men can do to turn women on. I'm going to read some of these selections to you, and I'm going to tell you how you should never, ever do these things, okay?
All right.
I mean, look, they're giving you advice on the internet. I'm going to take that advice and give you real advice. That's coming up next. Colin Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to run into some slow traffic on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between Westerville and Cleveland Avenue. And we also have a slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Bone, did you know that the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus has over 30 TVs, 2 massive video walls? They even have recliners, a full-service bar and restaurant, a betting counter, and over 30 kiosks?
I did know that, but I also know that you can reserve a table right now at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook and guarantee your spot and get some game day swag while you do it. Just visit HollywoodColumbus.com/casino/sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You hear that? That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter from my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Make 2025 your year and finally feel like yourself again. Don't just set goals, allow Affinity to help you support them. The people at Affinity Whole Health, they're experts in GLP-1s for weight loss therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, and bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So you can rock 2025 with a sustainable weight loss plan and more energy, increased muscle, and better sleep. It's all great. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com and turn your resolution into reality. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth, they're all busted. They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
Let's get it started.
Lindsay Honda starts this year off by giving you cash for your clunker. Up to $2,500 or $3,500 minimum for any trade. It's Lindsay Honda's Cash for Clunkers. 2025 CRVs and Ridgelines, both $299 a month. That's $299 a month or clunker cash going on now.
The lot is full and the deals are on.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We've got college hoops coming up in just a bit here on The Fan as the Ohio State men travel to Happy Valley tonight to face Penn State. Our coverage will get started at the bottom of the hour at 5:30 with Timmy Hall in the warm-up show. Tip-off in State College is at 6:30. Along with Ohio State, Penn State, there's another pair of matchups on the slate tonight in the Big Ten. At 8:30, number 18 Illinois is on the road against Nebraska. The Buckeyes will face those Fighting Illini in Champaign on Sunday afternoon this weekend. And then at 10:30 tonight, number 16 Oregon heads to Southern California. That's where they'll face UCLA. Hockey tonight, the Blue Jackets are back from their 4-day break as the CBJ play the first of a 4-game road trip in Vegas against the Golden Knights. Face-off is at 10 o'clock tonight out in Sin City. It's the first of a back-to-back as Columbus will be in Salt Lake City tomorrow night against the Utah Hockey Club. And in the NBA, the Cavaliers play on the second night of a back-to-back tonight as they host the Atlanta Hawks. Tip-off is at 7. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
You know, I have another prize to give away today. Give me a number, Bone.
Let's go with 10.
Caller number 10 right now, 614-821-9710, gets a pair of tickets to see Nate Bargatze and his Big Dumb Eyes tour August 24th at Nationwide Arena. Tickets are on sale through Ticketmaster.com, and they're on, is it now? They're on sale? I thought it was tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Okay, maybe it's tomorrow.
All right, we'll just check. Ticketmaster.com, search Nate Bargatze. You know, you and I have been in fairly successful long-term relationships for a while now.
Well, that's the definition of long-term, yes.
Yes, good call. You have done it at least 3 times because you have 3 children that look exactly the same. So there's no like, oh, it's a different dad here. All your kids look the same.
Right. Okay.
And I've done it at least once.
Yes, we have verifiable proof of this.
Sure. So, you know, what is it, almost 20 years for you?
Yeah, it'll be 20 years this year.
Okay. It's almost 18 for me. So collectively, we've got at least 57 years of experience with marriage.
Something like that.
That's not the right math.
Who cares?
But I'm reading this on the BuzzFeed things and on Reddit. Lists of things women say men do to turn them on. Non-sexual things, just innocent things.
Okay.
Okay? And I want to strongly urge you to not do some of these things.
Yeah, maybe there's a few things on this list that are good. I'm curious to see if there's 1 or 2 things I think that every guy can do for the girl in their life or their partner, and it will drive them wild. But I'm waiting to see if they're on the list.
All right, here's something that someone says, might be just me, but when a guy sort of hugs me from behind, but he drops his chin onto my shoulder, like the trap muscle. They don't even know they're doing it, but there's something about it that makes me insanely wild, and they don't even know it. First of all, if someone who looks like me or Bone comes up to you and does that, you're screaming and running away. We need to change this to when people you're attracted to do things to you.
Of course.
All right. She also says, and when they go to remove a T-shirt and they pull it from the back over their head.
No.
I'm done. again.
Yeah.
You need to look a certain way. If I took my T-shirt off I purposely wait till it's pitch black to take my clothes off in front of my wife.
No, I mostly take them off with the lights on just to make sure the ticker's working for her. Just make her go, okay, just give her a scare, So she's like, all right. But I do wonder, do you think, who's the hottest guy out there right now? Who would we say?
That's subjective, but I'm going to go with,
let's say
Kevin James.
Okay. I was going to say that Glenn Powell guy who's in.
I don't know who he is.
Teddy, you know who Glenn Powell is, right? I'm sorry. You don't even have your microphone near you.
Glenn Powell from Top Gun?
He was in Top Gun. That's right. Yeah. He's been in some other movies.
He's pretty famous, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
I'm going to search for Glenn Powell here.
Women seem to like Glenn Powell. I think he's
the new Twisters movie.
He's got kind of a small mouth, but all right.
Good that you noticed that.
He's got a small mouth.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. All right. The point is, if that guy takes his shirt off, but he gets the one sleeve and is like, oh, I kind of got stuck here. And then his other arm, he's just like, meh. And women aren't going to care. Anyone who's attracted to that guy is going to be like, I don't care how you took your shirt off. I'm glad it's off. Right. So this notion of when they take it off, grabbing it from the back and pulling it over their head. It's I think it has to do with who's taking the shirt off.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Here's another one. When I ask him what he's thinking about, he just stares into my face and he replies, how beautiful you are and how much I care about you.
Right.
Again.
Context matters.
If you care deeply about that person and they care deeply about you, that's a nice moment. Try that with some woman who's in your lunchroom at work.
That's not going to go well for you.
She's screaming and running away.
Yes.
We have to understand the nuance of this stuff.
Also, though, if you're in a committed relationship and you deeply care about each other, you love each other, and you're having a discussion about, I don't know, something important like finances or a sick relative or somebody, and then they look at you and go, what are you thinking about right now? And you're like, how beautiful you are. They're like, shut the hell up. What are we doing for vacation this year? That also matters. You have to be aware of the conversation.
I asked what you wanted me to pick up for dinner.
Nothing. You're so beautiful. Let me take my shirt off.
When we walk together and cars get close to me, he automatically puts his arm on me to protect me. Well, that's stupid. Why are you walking so close to cars, you idiot?
That's a thing that I know a lot of people do when it's like, well, no, but if you're walking on the sidewalk, I have heard of the guy that I'm with, he stays on the side closest to the cars to protect me. And it's like, I got news for you. If an 85-year-old wearing blue blockers decides to run up on the sidewalk,
you're both toast.
Of you are dead. You're not getting protection because the man's like, I'll stand in front of this Buick. It's not, you're both he's going to get it worse, but you're both going to die. That's how that goes.
Driving a stick shift. My husband still drives a 90s model stick shift truck and has always driven manual vehicles in the past. Something about a muscular arm working the gears is just hot for some reason.
All right.
He's also a chronic reverse parker and is a pro at it. I've never heard someone described as a chronic reverse parker.
I was actually going to say, if you're a guy and you drive a stick shift, I'm kind of turned on by that. That's actually an attractant. I think that's great. Good for you if you're doing that. But then the idea that, but they also take 8 minutes to park as they reverse park, that's stupid. I've never understood the reverse park thing. Why are you doing that? Don't you? Every car, for the most part, the cars that I see doing it are the largest trucks with all of the fender flares and the dually tires, and they're backing into parking spots. And it's like, you have a backup camera. I see your car is brand new. Why are you backing up? You have the backup camera, so when it's time to pull out, you can see what's going on.
There are times I'm getting dressed and buttoning up my shirt when my husband will walk over and finish the buttons himself. It's sweet and a turn on. Well, we're also assuming he's not coming up to you saying, hurry up, bitch, the reservation's in a few minutes. Right?
Yeah. There's also with my wife, it would be you don't know how to do the buttons. Because I don't button these types of clothes.
Oh, if I went to button my wife's buttons, she'd hit me and tell me to go away.
What are you doing?
Get out of here.
You're slowing me down. Yeah, again, this is you've been married or dating for 6 months. That's who this is written for, not for people who've been in a relationship for 20 years.
I'm weirdly excited that when someone puts their hand over corners, the door corners, so we don't get hurt. Every time he opens the car door for me, His hand is on the corner of the door. What is he, arresting you?
Also, are you, again, I don't judge. Are you like the clumsiest person in the world?
Are you impaling yourself?
The corner of the door got me again. It's like, you know how these things work, right? There's a big wide opening. You sit down, you pull the door shut. Don't stick your head out in between the doors. This is stupid.
Hold on a second. Let's figure out another one that I like here. My boyfriend that I have now has been dating me for about 3 weeks, but we've been talking for months. Okay. He got me a present for Christmas, and I can look at each item in the present and the present specifically and recall the conversation we had where I would have said or implied that I liked that. It surprised me how he listened to what I had said and went out and bought me a thoughtful gift. He's been dating you for 3 weeks.
How many conversations have you had? Right.
What I'm just saying is, yes, we're all attentive after 3 weeks. We're still trying to get someplace.
I have had it where my wife and I will have been talking, and I will have done this, where I will have bought something that she mentioned at one point in our relationship that she liked, and I will buy this thing for her, and she'll say, why did you give me that? And I'll say, well, because you said you liked it. She's like, yeah, like 5 years ago. It's like, I don't know, it just popped up in my head. Like, that's sometimes that isn't necessarily what they want. You got to be listening today. You got to know what's going on.
Being thoughtful when you're down, like when you're sick or on your period or after you had surgery. Had surgery last week, and a guy I'm newly dating mailed me a care package of super thoughtful things. A blanket, socks, nice skincare, a mug, and tea.
All right.
Made my day. Again, newly dating.
These are all nice things, by the way, that I would hope that if you're in a committed relationship and you see that the person that you love, like you've been in, we've been together, like you said, you've 18 years, me about 20 years.
We're dating. You just had surgery. I will send you something.
If my wife, though, had surgery, I'm not going to be like, yeah, well, let's go. Get off the couch. What are we doing? I'm going to be attentive to that. I don't know if I'm going to send her a care package. We live together, but yeah, I'll try to bring flowers home or something nice for her. Sure. That's not bad.
Just started dating. Said, congratulations on your surgery. It was so hot.
No, the only useful advice in this article so far that I've heard is listen to your partner and what stresses them out, what frustrates them, and then try to help with those things. Like around the house, our kids, our kids love a dish. They love to grab a dish and say, I put 2 graham crackers on it, dirty, and then throw it in the sink. And now it becomes dirty because it's in the dirty sink. And that's where my wife loses her mind. Is like, I just washed all this stuff, and now you got to dirty it all this quickly. So if I see that, I try to be attentive and grab all that stuff and get it washed and cleaned up so she's not dealing with it, because I know that's something that frustrates her. If it didn't frustrate her, it wouldn't matter as much, but it does, so I try to take that into account. That's what you got to do. Know your person and listen to them.
The way he delicately shaves my surgical scar. It's so hot.
All right. I was having a rough day, and he didn't just leave me at a gas station and then call me a horrible word and drive off. What a man. It's these seem like basic things that you're talking about here.
All right. Back page. We're on a shortened show today, kids, because of Buckeye basketball. Back page coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a couple-minute slowdown on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. And we've got a 5-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and Ebright Road. This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Refresh your home today with window images, blinds, and shades from Menards. We have everything you need to update your window treatments. We carry vinyl, aluminum, and faux wood blinds, cellular shades, and more. Plus, get them cut to width in store for free. Get white faux wood blinds starting at just $22.99. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now. Sale prices good through February 2nd.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, two windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window."
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Columbus Men's Clinic. We've totally rediscovered each other. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Columbus Men's Clinic brings you proven options for ED, low testosterone, and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. That's columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Sometimes the best time to prune trees is when they're dormant or with no leaves on them. For ISA certified arborists, it helps them see what branches may need to be pruned or removed. Dormant season pruning can also help lessen problems associated with insects and diseases and help create structurally stronger trees that can better handle heavy wet snows or ice buildup. Contact an ISA certified arborist to get the best professional advice on keeping your trees healthy and safe. Go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Feeling the aches and pains of everyday life slowing you down? Introducing Blue Emu, America's #1 emu oil formula for pain relief. In a recent clinical trial, 91% of users saw improvement after using Blue Emu. Whether you're working hard, playing harder, or just staying active, Blue Emu penetrates deep to relieve joint and muscle pain fast. And best of all, you won't stink. Join the 91% who felt the difference. Find Blue Emu at your local retailer or online. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds out there, but we'll take the dry and mild finish on this Thursday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, down to around 40 degrees, staying mild by Friday morning. But rain showers overnight continue on and off through the day on Friday. Better chance of showers by Friday evening. After that, temperatures drop. We'll see a cool but dry Saturday with highs around 40. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Buckeye basketball coverage coming up at 5:30. So we're out a little early today. Our guy Timmy Hall will get you ready for the Buckeyes in Penn State tonight. Hello, Timmy.
Hello, boys. Let's get this one tonight.
Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. And I got to tell you, it's a day.
It's a day.
It's a day and a half. So
Big
on
Friday? What do we
on
got?
Morning Juice, if you want to hear Albert Breer
and who doesn't
break down all sorts of NFL news and notes, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Morning Juice.
Yes.
If you want to hear AJ Hawk, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Same show. Morning Juice.
Actually, if you want to hear 3 straight interviews, 8:19, they've got Super Bowl champion from the Patriots, Matt Light.
Matt Light.
I mean, it's 8:19, 8:30, interview. Bang it.
Purdue Boilermaker, Matt Light.
There you go.
Judith Light will be on this show tomorrow.
Judy.
Bishop and Friends has Tim May at 10:30. And then you're hosting with Tyvis Powell tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
That's right. That's going to be a fun way to end your week, folks.
Tool of the week with us tomorrow as well. Buckeyes in Penn State tonight, Timmy. What do you think?
This is an important stretch for Ohio State. I was talking with Teddy because the 2 sickly guys we were chatting earlier today.
Trying to give each other your germs.
Exactly. Just passing it back and forth. And I posed the question, when was the last time a Buckeye basketball team actually went on a run? Like got hot in Big Ten play. I'm not talking about the start of the season.
Right.
Winning 5 or 6 in a row when you got the bye games included.
Are we counting the tournament?
Catch a couple of non-cons.
Big Ten tournament?
Yeah, I'd count that. But just Big Ten games. And I know how nowadays you can get those 2 Big Ten games that are in December. But I'm talking about once the calendar turns and you got to go back to that 2020-21 season, which is when they grabbed the 2 seed.
Yeah.
After the pandemic wiped one out. The Oral Roberts year, I was surprised. They only got to 21 wins overall, and they were a 2 seed. And, it was because the top of the Big Ten that year was crazy. Remember, there were about 5 teams that were in the top 7 in the AP poll for a minute, and the Buckeyes got a lot of those wins. They had a 7-game win streak in that season and got it to 18-4 at one point. I don't know if this team can go on that kind of run, but we do know that they made a lot of mistakes earlier in the season already. And they have to sort of find wins. And this is another one of those games that they kind of need to have at this point if they want to get back to putting the tournament resume together.
We're big fans of names on this show.
Yeah,
right?
I got some good ones for this Penn State roster.
Oh, you do?
If you didn't see.
It's not going to be better than the name I have in front of me right now.
What do you got?
Brian Hartline is recruiting this guy, offered him a scholarship, 2027 class, the number 5 overall prospect. His name? Booby Feaster.
Booby. Yeah, Booby Feaster.
His real name is Ethan Feaster, but they call him Booby. So Booby Feaster.
Booby Feaster.
Feaster.
Doug?
At least his name's not.
No, that's Fister.
Doug Feaster.
At least her name's not. At least the guy's name isn't Richard.
Why do I think of the Mista lady from Happy Gilmore? That's when I hear that last name.
It's a good question.
All right, give me some Penn State names.
Penn State, of course, you got an ace. So you got Ace Baldwin Jr. He's their best player. He's really good. You've got a Yannick Conan Niederhauser.
Yeah.
I believe he's from France.
Okay.
That player.
Niederhauser from France?
Yeah. Yannick Conan Niederhauser.
People move.
I got it.
How about Puff Johnson?
Puff Johnson.
Puff the Magic Johnson.
I like Puff Johnson. That's good.
Puff's having some tough times now.
Puff is doing just fine.
Puff's in prison.
He's got he's averaging 10 a game. Freddie DeLeon the fifth.
The fifth.
Yes.
Wow. And when he hits a 3, he yells to the crowd, "I plead the 5th." And then they're like, "Yeah," and they're just cheering him on. It's great.
Freddie Downtown DeLeon.
Can you go back 5 generations of your family?
Well, I mean, just talk to the Jacksons. It only takes them 3 generations to get to the 1700s.
The Jacksons?
The Jacksons, the president.
Like Michael
Andrew
and
Jackson.
Tito?
Yes.
Michael and Jeff Thidoff.
Okay.
No, we've discussed this before. Isn't it President Andrew Jackson?
No.
Has a living grandson?
No.
Yes, he does.
It's President Tyler, I think.
Yeah, John Tyler. Tippy Canoe and Tyler,
that's why
too.
I didn't understand what you're talking about. Tyler, yes, that's right.
You knew where I was going. What's the difference? Andrew Jackson,
He
John
said the
Tyler.
Jacksons. I'm like, well,
They're
the
both
Jackson
dead
5?
and old and white.
They are presidents from somewhere between President 11 and President 19. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? That's true. I agree with you on that.
That's it? That's all the names you got?
Yeah, that's the only
it's
ones
fine,
that are
but
funny.
it's no Booby Feaster.
No, Booby Feaster's pretty great.
We weren't going to beat. We couldn't just pull Booby Feaster out of this lineup here. No, all the bench players have normal names. So,
All right, Buckeye basketball coverage coming up in mere moments. Back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone.
Man, a Tulsa man named David Bell. Former Reds man. Yeah.
You beat me
David
to it.
Bell,
Homie.
there we go. Was arrested after breaking into the escapery escape room. Apparently, he broke into the escape room.
To an escape room.
To the building. He was a former maintenance worker for the building. He has been harassing the tenant since he was let go by the building over a year ago. When officers arrived at the scene, Bell allegedly threw glass objects at them. He was found hiding between floors on top of an elevator. I just like the idea of a man breaking into the escape room and then being like, this is like, then he's basically doing the opposite and getting all the way in. But then maybe it's hard for him to get out because he locks himself in and then the game starts where it's like, you've got to figure out the secret clues. I don't know. Either way, he's going to jail, it sounds like.
I'm just glad he hasn't sabotaged the game to where it kills somebody.
That's
that
good.
Would be
that
like
would
a
be
horror movie.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what the nefarious, like, super genius type scary villain would do. And a rare Nintendo console is on sale for $100,000. A man who has previously sold the Queen's Golden Wii.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me this was coming in advance so I could be prepared?
I didn't know until I saw this.
Me and the Duke would love to play the Golden Wii.
Well, I have a question about the amount of golden.
It depends on how much we drank that day.
No, not that. The amount it was going for.
I'm sorry.
What was the amount of your Golden Wii that it was sold for? Well, it turns out.
My Golden Wii smelled like asparagus.
I see. I got it. Okay. Apparently, this company has acquired a rare Nintendo GameCube. The Nintendo Corporation debuted the GameCube during their Space World trade show in 2000, more than a year before the console actually launched. Apparently, this was a functional model of a GameCube, but it had some very distinct differences to the way the final product came out. So it had like a different window, a transparent window on the lid, so you could actually see the game inside.
See the game spinning,
it
had the CD.
Yes, it had more air vents for cooling purposes.
Oh, well, yes.
Right.
Yes.
And other things, I guess, that make this super rare for collectors. So the Console Variations co-founder, Donnie Fillerup, has listed the console. That's his name.
I hardly knew her.
Listed the console on eBay for $100,000 or best offer, acknowledging there is some wear. But it's one of only like 6 of these consoles that were ever made. And of the ones that were made, they don't even know how many exist, and maybe only a couple of them. So it's extremely rare.
I remember one time at afternoon tea where I would take out the Golden Wii and Booby Feaster came in.
Is that right?
Yes.
Queen, wouldn't that be a good pitching matchup? Sox versus Cubs, Feaster versus Fillerup?
Absolutely. Yeah. There used to be a guy named Doug Furbush as well. That would have been a good pitching matchup.
Doug Fister and Doug. They were both named Doug? I didn't know that.
Couple of Dougs.
I believe it's Kyle, wasn't it?
Kyle?
Fister?
No, Kyle. Wasn't it
Doug
Kyle
Fister.
Furbush?
Doug Fister. Yeah, right. Kyle Furbush.
Right,
That's right.
He's a real guy.
That was a real pitching matchup, though. Fister versus Furbush.
You get to read it right there in the little ESPN graphic.
I'm not making that up. You can go look it up.
Put that in an update.
There you go. Filler up.
Not in New Jersey.
No, they've got to do it for you.
Yeah, yes, in New Jersey.
Yes, in New Jersey.
Cardigan. They do fill up.
I actually have gone back to New Jersey plenty of times because my dad's family is there, and every time I get out of the car, the guy looks at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I forgot. So I'm sorry."
I'm sure this person, the ancestry goes back to New Jersey.
Yeah, that's
beginning.
Right. Yes,
you're always filling it up.
Lord Filler Up. He's no Lord Beaverqueef, I'll tell you that. Anyway.
All right, Buckeyes and Penn State coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Is it Football Friday? We still calling it that?
Sure.
Yeah?
For the Pro Bowl games?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, Booby Feaster.
Yes, Queen.
Will be joining us tomorrow on the show. Yes. I'm sounding more and more like Jiminy Glick.
Just tell me, Queen.
I'm going to
do that voice.
I think we should go now.
I think you should leave.
Yeah.
Tim's favorite show.
I think you should leave.
No, that's Jen's.
No, I know it's not.
She shoves that down my throat every time I see her. No, that.
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
See you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 5-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Hamilton Road. And traffic is slow on southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt between Cemetery Road and I-70. This report is sponsored by AEP Ohio. Falling behind on your electric bill? At AEP Ohio, they're here to help you. If you need more time, want to set up a payment plan, or prefer more predictable average payments, they have you covered. Visit aepohio.com/billhelp today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents.